done a video in a while, and I have been crafting and doing other things meanwhile, but I just didn't have time to make anything and keep up with everything. But I decided I wanted to share some stuff. So if you're a subscriber from a long time ago and you still found this video and have watched, and you're gonna watch it right now, thank you so much for still subscribing. I know it's been since, I want to say 2012 that I last made a video, and so that's 6 years. But anyway, I joined a Facebook group where they do some swaps for journals, and this is a signature swap. So it's just 2 pages that you put together for your partner, and there was like the requirement of adding your own art and something about yourself, but mostly the rest of it is just February theme. So some of the February colors, and then talking to your partner to see what they might be interested in, so that if they like it, if you send them something, you kind of are sending them something that they might already be interested in, instead of just something random that they might not like. So this first one is fairy inspired, because my partner did mention that she liked fairies. So I made it mostly out of paper and some recycled stuff, but up here in the front I had an old music sheet, and then I printed out this cover online, and then I did print out some pictures online that I used, but some of them I altered, and I try not to use them too much, but I am not good at art, so the things that I did add, you can definitely tell I did them because they're not really that great. I'm going to leave this out for right now. I'm in an awkward position here, but that's what I have in the front. And then I added some yarn. I know people call them fibers, and that's technically what they are, but it kind of bugs me because it's just yarn or thread or, different things. But anyway, this is from a long time ago. I think I got it at Big Lots when I used to crochet, and I thought I would add borders to something, but I never did. So it was just there in my closet, so I pulled it out. Okay, and then the first page, this one I did draw this. I'm not good at drawing, but if you guys are interested in following that part of what I'm trying to learn, I just created an account on Instagram the other day. It's called Noted Chaos, just because it's not just art, it's supposed to be like planning, which is why it's Noted Chaos, because my life is chaotic and I'm a really messy person, so there's no way that everything's going to be nice and pretty and laid out. But I am trying to note it down, jot it down, so that I have a better grasp on things. So it has helped a lot. I've been using planners for religiously using them for about 3 years now, and they help so much. And before that I would use them for like college and other things, but not really, because I'd use them a little bit and then stop. So anyway, here I have a tag, just one of those large vanilla tags, and then this is the part that has the information about myself inside, and so I put my art piece right there, and then it opens up and there's 2 little sheets that talk about me and one about this the stuff that I use on here. So this is actually part of this section here that I glued down, and it opens kind of funny. So first, when you take a look at it, it's a little flap, and so on this side of the flap I put even another little another little tag holder, and a tag made out of recycled cereal box. And then on this side I have a couple of tags, but then when you open it up, you actually have more space on this side if you wanted to add journaling or whatever. So that's what that is. And then on this side I just have a piece of paper going up and down, and then 2 spots I glued down the middle for tags, and these 2 were printed off of the internet, but the backgrounds were just papers that I use for cleanup whenever I'm I'm painting, and they're around, so I love using them because then you can put tags on them, and then actually this one had the lines on the other side, but you can kind of see them in there, and then you can write on the back. And then this one is a stamp, and I used my die, I think it's jelly bean, to make the little little folder, little pocket thing. Okay, and then on this side I just put, like, this is a tag from a piece of clothing from Target, the Knox Rose, and a tag with some birds. And then this is also a tag, and this one opens up. And so I like it to be like really messy looking, so I hope that my partner doesn't mind that, because you can tell it's not very neat. And we weren't supposed to bind these with like your typical thread binding or any other type of binding, so that if they want to use it in their own, like combine a couple of signatures, they can. And also all of these things, obviously, she doesn't have to keep in here when she gets them. So if anything, if she doesn't like some parts, she can take them out or use them somewhere else. But for this page, I put 2 envelopes down. One, I put it with the flap on the top, and then so she can add things in there, and it's glued down to the page. And then on this side, I decided to hold the camera. I think it might work better, but now I'm trying to make this work. Anyway, on this one, it's glued underneath the first envelope, and then it flips up. You can add things in here, and then there's a little fairy that printed out of the internet, and then I colored her dress and her wings. Okay, and so flipping over, here's a pocket made out of that same paper that I colored in. It was an old sheet of music paper that I had printed out from the Lumineers. And then this flower is made out of Tyvek envelopes. So a long time ago, I had a video. I'll link it here. I want to redo it just because it's so old, and even now I wouldn't say my video taking has improved in any way, but just the technology has improved. So I might do that. Obviously, this video is actually not with improved technology. It's my old camera. It was the only one charged, so I'm using that. But I'm hoping to be able to get better videos out there if I continue to do this. But this is a paper clip on the tag, and the paper clip has the Tyvek flower on there. So if you want to learn how to make those, I do have a video. It's really old, so just bear with it, but it does teach you how I made that. And then this is a little tag of a little fairy. And you'll have to excuse my hands, they're horribly dirty, from all this creating. And some more tags. I really loved stapling things on this journal. And then for my next one that I'm going to show you in a separate video, so I'll link that one here too. I couldn't find my stapler because I lose everything in my craft room. Once it gets, like, so many things get piled up, I stop being able to find them. So they get lost. And so I was like, where's my stapler? I want it, I need it, but I was too lazy to clean up my desk because there was a million things on there that I was still working on and drying. So I was like, nope, no stapling. And actually my original intent was to sew things on here. I have a brand new sewing machine because my old one broke. So I was excited about that, but I had zero time. I'm doing, if you guys are teachers, or if you're teachers, you might, I'm going through my credentialing process. So I'm doing like TPAs, and I'm in a lot of, I'm doing my student teaching and substituting and all kinds of things. So I'm everywhere observing. So I don't know why I decided to go back into this type of crafting now, but I think I needed a release from all that stress. So, but needless to say, I don't have a lot of time. So cleaning was not my priority, and it never really is. So anyway, here is a little envelope. It's a coin envelope from just like that you can order online. And my sister gave me some of these. There's another tag, and then these were all inserted in here. And actually here you can see there's like, this one's washi tape, and these two are sticker tapes. And I'll show you what I mean about what those are in a little bit. But anyway, that's what my signature looks like. And the back just has a fairy, and this paper collection was from Die Cuts with the View once upon a time. It's really old now, but I still have a whole bunch of it, and I was like hoarding it and not using it because it's so pretty. But I found a fairy on here and I was like, ooh, perfect. So a lot of it, if you see, there is other fairies in the paper collection. So it really was just one paper that had the fairies, but it all looks so magical that it works. So anyway, I hope that she likes this. And then let me show you what I mean about the tape. I've been doing jelly prints, and I found a long time ago at this county of education, they have like at the end of the year, they'll have like kind of like a yard sale. Like you can go into their warehouse, and whatever they're throwing away, that teachers no longer, what they do is everything that someone like in the classroom or school doesn't want, they put it in a big warehouse, and then the teachers get first dibs. Like they go in there and shop around, and it's open for them for a few months on, you know, what they need for their classroom. And they send out notices like, you know, after this day, it's going to be tossed out. If nobody wants it, we're going to throw it away. Some of that stuff's really old. And and then they open it up like for a weekend to the public. And not a lot of people know about it, but they sell a lot of like furniture that used to be in the schools and things like that. So I found these boxes of VHS spine labels. So for the spine of the VHS, you know, where you could put what the VHS was for, if it was like a home video, or if you were taping something. They had boxes of it for like, the whole thing was like 25 cents. And I was like, ooh, stickers, who cares? I can do something with that. And I had it for like 3 years now. I had never done anything, but I was jelly printing, and I took those out. I specifically bought the bigger plate so that I could do these. And I'm really glad that I did. They're so cool because jelly prints themselves are amazing. If I can, I'll make a video about this, but just, you know, making a jelly print is so much fun, and you get so much texture. But then sometimes you want to use a whole sheet, or you have to, when you cut it down, it's interesting because you can cut out different sections of your jelly print. But I thought this was amazing because literally there's like a bunch of strips of sticker here, and so from one jelly print you get like all these different little perspectives of the same print. So what I did was, my favorite ones, I scanned them into my computer because there's some really neat ones. This one not so much, but there's some really neat ones that I've been using, and I didn't want to like pull them apart because they look so pretty like whole. So I scanned them into my printer, into my computer, and then I don't feel bad like using them. And even though I'll probably never go back and print these out to use, like it gives me peace of mind that I can use them and not regret it later. I don't know if you guys are funny like that, like I am, but do things like that. But anyway, so if you can see, like the stickers, the spines are right there, and then there's some on the side. I think there's one on the side, or maybe it's just a leftover, but you can use every single part of this sheet. So here are like some different ones, and I love using gold and silver and white with these because it gives it like that extra little shine. This one was more simple, but I really liked it. It looked kind of weathered. And not I don't know if my favorite ones are in here, but I have quite a few that I just really enjoyed. This one's kind of neat, like you get a lot of texture down here, and I've already used some of it. This one, I kind of like. That's not my favorite one. I really like this one, even though it's like very typical, because I feel like everyone uses the bubble wrap and has one that looks kind of like this. But I just like how the gold comes off of it. And yeah, I don't think I grabbed my stack of my favorite ones. These are the ones that I was working with because I can let go of them more easily. So doesn't hurt to use them, so they were in a different pile than my favorite ones. But see what I mean? Like, here's one strip. Let me see from the same one. Here's another strip, and that one was pretty uniform across the board with how it looked. But I have some that look completely different at either ends, like maybe this one. I can have a lot of gold towards the bottom, right? And then on this side, it's really white. So they look completely different. And so on that journal signature, I have some of these on the border. Like you can see, there's more than one on there. And the other journal that I have, I used even more. So anyway, this video has gone on forever. I'm sorry about that. I hope that Shannon, this signature was for Shannon. I hope that she likes it. If she shares her like information, if she has videos on here on YouTube, then I'll share her channel. But anyway, thanks Shannon for your journal signature. I really enjoyed it, and I absolutely love the historic things that you sent me. Thank you. The articles are so interesting in that. So I'm super excited. And how funny that you kind of guessed that we were going to do Women's Month this month. And the first article, there's a couple of articles that I already read that are about women doing things, you know, that were so shocking at that time, but like really important for the movement of, you know, giving women more rights. So, or just, you know, being able to do more as a woman in this society. So thank you. I really, really enjoyed it. And your journal was really pretty. I love the color of it. Purple is one of my, it's not my favorite, but it's one of my favorite colors. So thank you. And I hope that you like yours. And hopefully by the time this is up, you have gotten it so that I don't ruin the surprise. But again, thanks everyone for watching. And hopefully I'll be back. If I'm not, I hope you'll understand. Have a good day or good night. Bye-bye.